This video is a review of the Eclio F01 Cafe Racer electric bike. I'm going to unbox, go over the controls, display and settings, unlock the max speed, test the acceleration and max speed, brake, suspension, and hill capabilities, and review the e-bike. The F01 has a 1000 watt peak rear hub motor with a max speed of 28 miles per hour or 45 kilometers per hour, twist throttle, 48 volt, 13 amp hour battery with a range of up to 50 miles or 80 kilometers, NFC unlock, front and rear disc brakes, front and rear suspension, 20 by 4-inch tires, headlight, taillight, and weighs 64 pounds or 29 kilograms. Additional specs can be found in the description section below. We're going to take a look at the controls on the handlebar. Starting from the left, we have the grip. This is the front brake lever. This is a group of controls. There's a plus, a power button, and a minus. There's another switch for the turn signals. We can go left, center, right, and there's a horn. This is the display. This is the 7-speed shifter, rear brake lever, twist throttle, and grip. In order to turn this display on, make sure that the battery is in the on position. On the left side of the battery, there's a switch. It needs to be in the line position, not the O. We'll press and hold the power button. We can either tap the NFC card or we can enter a 4-digit password. I don't know the password at the moment. I'll need to ask the manufacturer for it. Once I find that out, I'll put that in the description section. So I'll tap the NFC card on the screen, and now we can see some information. It has the current pedal assist level 0. This is the current speed in miles per hour, the voltage 50.9. There's an icon with the bike and it shows that there is a rear motor. This is the current trip in miles and battery level. If we press the power button once, it goes from trip to average speed. If we press it again, it goes to odometer, and then it goes back to trip. If we press the plus button, it changes the pedal assist level from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. 3 is the highest. If we press and hold the plus button, the headlight turns on. If we press and hold it again, it turns off. If we press the minus button, it goes from pedal assist 3 to 2 to 1 to 0. If you press and hold the minus button, the rear motor engages and it provides a walking assist of 4 miles per hour. If I press and hold the button, usually you have to continue holding this button, but once I let go, it still goes. And in order to disable it, I need to press the brake lever. This is the left turn signal. This is the right turn signal. And this is the horn. If I press and hold the plus and minus button, it goes to the settings. This is P1, and it's currently in miles. If I press the power button, the 1 starts flashing and I can press plus or minus to change it to kilometers. I'm going to keep it in miles. I reached out to the manufacturer asking them for the settings manual and they weren't able to provide that information. I'm just going to go through the default settings for the rest of them. If you ever change the settings by accident, you know which values are default. So P2 is 48 volts, P3 is Y, P4 is 228, P5 is 6, P6 is 62, P7 is P equals D-N, P8 is 5, P9 is AB equals -N, PA is E-P, PB is 5, PC is N, PD is Y, PE, it has 4 dashes. I don't know if you need to enter the default password to change that setting. PF is blank, PG is N, BT is BT-N, BU is 2, BU again is 002, DF is N, U and this F looking symbol is ACL 04, and then it goes back to P1. In order to get out of this, we need to press and hold the power button to turn off, and then we can turn it back on. I'm going to show you the max speeds in each pedal assist level before unlocking the max speed. So in pedal assist 0, there's no pedal assist. In pedal assist 1, it's 10 miles per hour. Pedal assist 2 is 15 miles per hour. Pedal assist 3 is 20 miles per hour. In order to unlock the max speed, we need to turn the unit off. We'll need to press the brake lever and fully twist the throttle. We're going to turn the unit on by pressing and holding the power button. We'll tap the NFC card on the display to turn it on. We see a 05 with a red triangle. We'll hold this for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 18, 19, 20. And then I'll let go of the brake and throttle. Now I'll test the max speeds in each gear. In pedal assist 0, it doesn't work. Pedal assist 1, we're now getting 14 miles per hour. Pedal assist 2 is 21 miles per hour. And pedal assist 3 is 28 miles per hour. In order to turn the unit off, we'll press and hold the power button. We're going to take a look at the charging port. It's right here. There's a piece of rubber covering it. We'll pull that aside. We'll take this end of the charger, we'll plug it in here, and then we'll plug the other end into the outlet. There is a LED status indicator here. It'll turn red when it's charging, and it'll turn green when it's fully charged. Here's the charger information in case you need a replacement. And then we can pull this out. Let's take a look at the battery. In order to remove the battery, we need to use the key that it came with. There is 2 by the handlebar. We'll put the key in the slot and turn it counterclockwise. We need to remove the key because if you keep it in there, it's going to conflict with the shield. We'll push the battery upwards and then it'll come out. This is the battery. This was the slot for the key, and this is the locking mechanism. This is the bottom of the battery. Here's the battery contacts, and this is the model information. This is the back of the battery. Here's the other side of the battery, the on and off switch, and the port for the charger. This is the top. Here's the battery indicator. If you try pressing it when it's off, it's not going to work. We need to turn it on, and then we can see the battery level. Let's put the battery back in place. We'll put the battery back in the rails, slide it down, and then use the key, turn it clockwise to lock it, and then we'll take the key out. Now we're going to test acceleration and max speed in each of the pedal assist levels 0 through 3, using the pedal and with throttle. Using the pedal and pedal assist 0, there's no assist. That means if your battery ever dies, you can still continue to pedal. In pedal assist 1, the motor kicked in, getting 15 miles per hour. In pedal assist 2, the motor kicked in, and we're getting 21 miles per hour. Pedal assist 3, the motor kicked in, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I saw a little bit of 29, but we're topping out at 28. We'll do the same thing with throttle only. In pedal assist 0, the throttle does not work. Pedal assist 1. 15. It's topping out at 14. Pedal assist 2. 19, 20, 21, 22, and it's stopping at 22. Pedal assist 3, 7, 8, 14, 17, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Saw 29 going on that dip, and it went back down to 28. I think 28 is going to be the max speed that we're going to get. Next, we're going to test the brakes by hitting the max speed and slamming on the brakes to see how soon it stops at this first cone. We stopped right before the second cone. Each one of these cones are 12 feet. We're about 22 feet in. I didn't brake in the brake pads. Over time, they will stop sooner. Let's just take a look at them. They're just regular cable pull disc brakes. They're 160 millimeter discs. Same with the front. They do work. In terms of suspension, we have 4 shocks in the rear. There's 2 on each side. There's some adjustability. Just pull the spring down and you can twist these notches. The further you twist it to the left, the more the spring compresses. So having it furthest to the right is going to be the least stiff. So I'm just going to keep them the way they are. For the front suspension, there's no adjustments that you can make. They feel like springs and they're quite soft. Overall, the suspension seems set up to be pretty soft, but you can make these stiffer in the back. When I was riding, it felt pretty comfortable. On paved roads, it's quite smooth. Let's test it on mulch, dirt, and gravel. Going up this mulch hill. The front suspension is definitely bouncy and soft. Let's go to the dirt. Feels pretty good. Gravel, stable overall. The ride feels quite bouncy but comfortable. Handling is very predictable. Now we're going to test the e-bike on hills with varying grades. I'm going to use pedal assist 3, that's the fastest one. This small hill, we're getting 16 miles per hour. It was about a 10% grade. This one is closer to 20 to 25. Getting 16, 17. We're holding 17 miles per hour, went down to 16 and down to 15 before the stop sign. Let's see if it can start on a hill. It was struggling a little bit. I had to start pedaling and then using the throttle only. We're getting 10 miles per hour on this hill. It's about a 35% grade. And as it's smoothing out, the speed is increasing. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and I'll probably get to close to the max speed before the stop sign. But I'm going to end it. On this next hill, it's about a 30% grade. We're getting 15 miles per hour going into the hill. Holding 17, going down to 16, climbing down to 15, 14, 13, 12. Going on steeper hills, the speed does drop down a little bit, but because you have a 7-speed shifter, it's not really an issue. You can always shift to a different gear and continue pedaling. I'm going to bike around slowly and give my thoughts on this e-bike. I'm not going to go too fast because I don't want the microphone picking up a lot of wind noise. What I like about this e-bike is just how it looks. It has that retro style e-bike look, and I really like how they put this metal plate over the battery. From a distance, it hides the battery completely, and it makes the e-bike look more expensive. The seat is very cushiony. It feels like there's gel foam in there. It's also very comfortable. There's no adjustments on the front shocks, and it feels quite soft. There are adjustments on the rear shocks, and there's 4 of them, which seems like overkill. They could have just put 2 big ones, but it makes the bike look a lot cooler in my opinion. In terms of performance, there is a 1,000-watt rear hub motor. I think that is a peak wattage and not the nominal, because going up hills, the speed did drop a little bit, and for a 1,000-watt motor nominal, I wouldn't have assumed it would have had those issues going up it, but it is able to go up it, and because it has a 7-speed shifter, you can always shift to the appropriate gear and climb any hill. Out of the box, the motor is limited to 20 miles per hour, but you can unlock it so it can go 28 miles per hour. After you unlock it, the bike is more enjoyable and a lot quicker. The 48-volt 13-amp-hour battery is also removable, so you can take the battery out. You can park the e-bike in the garage or downstairs, and then you can charge the battery in your office or in your house without lugging the entire bike. There's also a headlight, tail light, and turn signals, so people can see that you are turning. In terms of suggestions or dislikes, I don't really have many. I did notice that the rear brake was squeaking a little bit, but that just might mean that there is some debris on the disc and I need to use some brake cleaner to clean it off. That is very minor. The derailleur was jumping a little bit, which means I just need to do some adjustments. It also would have been nice if they use hydraulic disc brakes in the front and rear. They tend to have better braking performance, but they do cost a little bit more. That's something you can always upgrade in the future. The components seem pretty basic. I don't see any brand name on the brakes. The rear derailleur is the Shimano SIS, which is on the lower end of the hierarchy, but everything does work and you don't really need to shift a lot when you're using an e-bike. Overall, I like this e-bike. I like how it looks and I like the performance. If you guys are in the market for a retro style e-bike, you can check this one out. A link to the product will be in the description section below with potential discounts. Please like this video if you found it helpful. Feel free to leave questions or comments in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching and take care.